Yeah. Yeah, so I got to meet a lot of new people. Yeah, I met Kobo, and she was just like, because everybody was like, oh, who's this? Who's this? She just went, and then when she met me, because I heard her doing that when she was meeting somebody else, I was like, Ree! And she got scared. She was like, oh, what is that? What is that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I was like, it's me. Ame. Yeah, she was very confused. I also met Kyla. Kyla looked so cool and professional. You're so pretty. And I also met Anya, and she's so small and cute. And also, I obviously met Neritza and Fumoko. And I saw Crony, and I saw Gura, and I saw Kiara, and Callie, and Ina, obviously, because we had a op collab. And yeah, Zena. And yeah, we had dinner sometimes. We had breakfast sometimes. We hung out. Yeah. Did I feed Zeta a cucumber? Oh yeah. We were all eating dinner one day. You know, they gave us like these little entree thingy. It was like a little side of vegetables and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, Zeta, you don't eat vegetables, huh? She's like, no, I don't like it. I don't like vegetables. And Anya too. Anya too was like, I don't like vegetables. I don't like fruit. It's like, guys, you're gonna get scurvy. I told them, I'm like, you guys are gonna get scurvy. It's not good for you. You gotta eat vegetables. It's good for your brain. And then Zeta was like, well, I mean, I'll eat it if you feed it to me. And I was like, okay. And she know what she said after I fed it to her? She was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. So maybe it's just that, like, she hasn't tried it, you know? She hasn't tried the vegetables because she's just like, no, I won't like it. I won't like it. You guys gotta eat your vegetables. You're gonna be like pirate. You're gonna be like a pirate. You're gonna get scurvy and you're gonna get sick. And then you'll die. You don't want that, right?
I got to meet, I think, all of ID. With the exception of Muna. Did you meet Nene? I did meet Nene. I heard she thought I was fucking weird, but in the best way possible.
She's like really weird in a good way.
I tried to be normal. And she thought I was weird. What did I do? I don't know. Zeta confirmed you weren't a Rizzler. I feel like I saw her and she was like really cute. And I think she like did a little spin. And so I ended up being weird and kissing her hand immediately. I just could tell that she would like that, and I think she did. Ollie was so sweet too. She came and she's like, my wife! And I was surprised by how strong that little zombie is. I looked at her and she rushed me, and I was like, oh, I'm tall and I've got big assets. Ollie is so small. She has nothing on me. She picked me up and spun me around. And I was like, oh, whoa, she's strong. It was amazing. I don't mind stuff like that happening at all, so I was very happy with it. But, you know, when I kissed Zeta's hand, suddenly Ollie said, huh? I'm your wife. Why aren't you kissing me? So I went and gave her a kiss on the cheek. So first, I think I met in a group. I met Yofi, Nene, Risu. Kobo was so sweet too. Kobo was like, Nersa! And she, after Fuamoko came in, she was like, I have a treat. I have a treat for everyone. So she passed out these candies. It was very sweet. And I was like, oh. I ate it right away, but then Fuamoko were like, we have to cherish this forever because it's our first gift from Kobo-senpai. And I was like, shit. I shouldn't have eaten mine either. I just ate mine without thinking about it and threw away the wrapper, but I should have kept the whole thing. I shouldn't have eaten it. She was really short. I mean, I knew she was really short, but there's something about seeing someone in person next to you and seeing how short they are. And that was very, yeah.
And then later on, we go on this Expo tour, and I meet everyone. Not everyone. I didn't meet any of the JP senpais. But I met the EN girls and the ID girls. Ollie gave me a huge hug. It she lifted me in the air. I was like, wow.
And also I saw the clip with Kyla saying that she was spying on me while I was signing the wall. I was so distracted I didn't even notice. Before we all went to the venue, we got to see some of the members. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see many of the GP senpais because we were on different times and stuff. But we ran into all of ID, I think, and they were all in like the same room. And I haven't met some of the ID before, so I was like, oh, I would like to meet some of the other members. I think it was Zera who I was talking to, or who was it? It was Zera or Ollie. They were like, oh yeah, Kyla is not here, like in the room at the moment, but she's like, she gives off manager energy, just like you. I'm just like, oh, could she be one of my people? So like the second time I visited like the ID's like break room, she was there and she was playing off the I'm Zera's manager thing, but I knew she was Kyla because she was giving off the same manager energy as I did. So it was a meeting of I-chan and K-chan, I guess. That was kind of funny. Did I call myself a manager too? It was a little too late for me to call myself I-chan because by then Ollie has already hugged and lifted me off the ground. And I've met the majority of ID, I guess, so they already know. But that was pretty fun. Yeah.
I ended up my last day in Japan. I really didn't want to do the watch along because I was like, oh, you know, it's my last day, and I had a lot of fun doing the watch along the first day. But I was like, you know, I really want to be able to hang out with some of my senpai because who knows when I'm gonna get to see them like this again, you know. But then I was like, okay, wait, I don't have any plans now, but I got to hang out with Crony. I texted her in the morning and I was like, Crony, would you hang out with me today? And it was actually kind of funny because I was trying to figure out my plans for the whole day. So I had mentioned I had messaged a few different members to be like, hey, what's your plans, just to see what's going on. I'd actually messaged Kyla first, and Kyla said, oh, sorry, I'm busy. And then I had texted Crony and she's like, oh, I'm free right now, but I'm going to be busy around this time, which was the same time as Kyla said, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So then I ended up making plans with Lisu and Iofi. So me and Crony went and we had a little bit of a date. It was very nice. I was so happy to get to talk to her. I kind of panicked because we're at a cafe and I couldn't think, so I just ordered an iced coffee. But you guys know I don't really like coffee, but I really wanted the sandwich and I was fully intending to pay for it, but then Crony was like, nah, I got it. And I was like, senpai, I love you, thank you. So she handled it, and then we talked for a long time. I was actually having so much fun talking to her that like by the time we were like, oh, we should leave, it was about the time that like her meeting was supposed to start, and I was like, oh, I have to meet up with Yofi and Nisu too. So we were going to the same place, so we're like, oh, we'll just walk together since like we both have to go. And she didn't tell me she's hanging out with Kyla, so I walk in and I see Kyla and I'm like, oh, that's why you both weren't able to hang out later in the day. You already have plans. So yeah, then I was like, oh, I see. I'm not invited. Jokingly, of course. Not that I would have expected or wanted to crash in on their plans because I already had plans at this point. So, but thanks to that though, it did mean that I got to see Kyla for a little bit. So it was very nice. Very, very nice.
But yeah, Kyla. So we were hanging out. It was good. Went to karaoke. Pretty sure I got ripped off because for like an hour and a half, we got like 5,000 yen, which is insane. Because what the heck? We only ordered 2 drinks. 2 teas. Anyway. Kyla gave me like Indomie. More Indomie. Yeah. It's really spicy one. Kind of looking forward to trying that out. And then I had udon, of course. With Kyla, we had a good time. We were talking about all sorts of stuff. Yeah. What a girl. I love her. I saw a clip where Anya was comparing me with Ollie. Like Ollie is like strong, but I'm like I'd fight good kind of strong. What else did she mention? Oh, the sushi. Oh, I didn't eat anything that day because I was lazy and I was really looking forward to sushi. You can get reservations done through Line. So I thought, okay, sweet. Sushi places are really booked, so unless you made a reservation, you would have to wait forever. So I said, okay. So I booked it, and then I went, and everybody was... too many people were there. And I was so hangry. I had to wait for an hour. How come you have to wait in line for a reservation? Cause like it's a very popular place, I guess. Anyway, I was really hungry and they were calling people over and I kept refreshing. In the middle of the conversation, I would keep refreshing the Line app to see, you know, what the wait time was, and then the wait time, it hit 0, so I was super excited. And I was like, okay, it's time to go. But it wasn't our turn. And you had to get a check-in sheet thing. And then you gotta wait again until you're allowed to be let in. So I was getting even more hangry because they were such a tease because I thought I was done. I had to wait like 30 minutes more. I was hungry and was waiting, and then finally I saw, I heard the number. Let's say it was 699 or something, and the moment I heard the number, I jumped up because I was just crouching and being so hungry. I slammed the receipt on the scanner, and then Anya told me, Crony, it says we're next. That does not mean that we're going right now. I was like, oh. It was a little embarrassing. Just a wee teensy bit embarrassing, and Anya was pointing it. Crony, it's in English. You can't misunderstand that. But, okay, see, the thing is, normally when you hear the number being called out, that often means that it's your turn. And I was super hungry, man. And they said, number 699. I would obviously think it's my turn. Why would you call out the number if you're not even the next person to go is the thing.
And they were so loud and so excited and so hyped. The whole time, ID was always even when we got together in the beginning, before going to the venue, they were always so excited and the loudest. You could just hear them from far away. いや、本当に学生時代を思い出すような生き生きした雰囲気でしたね。特に ID はみんなうるさかった。And oh my god, at some point, I think there was some like staff that I didn't even really know like who exactly they were, but apparently ID was very aware, and when they introduced themselves, ID sang them a whole song, or like a cheer. Like they all screamed in sync and were like da, 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 something like that, you know. And I'm like, what? Why does this person deserve a cheer like that? What's going on? Ooh, Homma. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. No idea.
Kiara Senpai was talking about how we, the HoloID, we were welcoming like this one staff, and that was because they were a very beloved staff in the ID area because they were always so supportive and so nice. There's this one time where I was supposed to be recording in Japan, right? But I haven't had lunch. And so what happened was that staff-san, tabemono-san at least is what Kobo called them, tabemono-san gave me their lunch. Yeah. They kept on being super supportive of ID, which was why when tabemono-san arrived, we made a chant. It goes something like, Tabemono-san! 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 Yeah. Since Tabemono-san has always been such a sweetheart to ID, we decided to make like a fan club for Tabemono-san. I even made a t-shirt, it's just that we haven't printed it out. I'm planning on distributing it next time we go to Japan. Yeah, and then we'll all just wear the t-shirt for Tabemono-san. But Tabemono-san was not only famous because Tabemono-san gave us food. Like, that's not the only reason why they're very loved. Tabemono-san, every time we finish work in the studio, Tabemono-san would always escort us to the gate. You know? Usually, whenever work is done, everybody would just say "otsu" and then go separate ways, right? But not Tabemono-san. Every time we're done with a single work, Tabemono-san would take us to the gate, make sure that we get onto a taxi or to the train, and just see us off. And that's just so sweet. Who does that? Tabemono-san daisuki.